Do you guys like my new Gravedigger shirt? I look like I'm about to go eat tuna sandwiches with all my favorite honkies. Oh yeah. Last year, Epiphone fulfilled every middle-aged guitar player's wet dream and released the Inspired by Gibson Custom Shop series of guitars. Your favorite models filled to the guts with Gibson and other aftermarket parts. They all came with a hard case, and of course these were the first Epiphones in quite some time to come with the Gibson open book headstock. But that was not the only thing that left Epiphone fans with their jaws on the floor, because these were some of the first Epiphones to blow past the $1,000 mark. Now I bought this Epiphone IBGC Les Paul Custom, brand spanking new from Sweetwater, the day they were released, for 1,300 schmeckles. And I made a whole gaggle-ass of videos with this guitar, reviewing it and comparing it to other Epiphones as well as other guitars in that $1,300 price range. And while I did like the guitar, I didn't think it was worth $1,300. Now I seriously considered selling this guitar for quite a while, but it is still here, freeloading on my couch, one whole calendar year later. And after all that time, I still don't think I should have paid $1,300 for this guitar. What is up, poopy pants? Den here. And I know you guys are already typing away in those comments saying, but bro, it's got the open book headstock. It's got a one-piece neck, bro. Like, bro, come on, it's got the full-size diamond inlay. I know you like that, bro, and it's made of real mother of pearl, bro. It comes with a case and everything, bro. It's got Gibson electronics, and when you add all that up, it equals $1,300, bro, please. And yes, that's true. When you add all that up, the price of this guitar does seem fair at first. And I know you all come to watch me for my good, clean Christian comedy, but after buying this guitar, I just couldn't help but feel like I just got fisted by a man with no fingers. Now let's not conflate stuff. Just because I don't think I paid the right price for it does not mean I think that this is a bad guitar. If I didn't like this thing, I wouldn't have kept it. So why don't we start off with what I do like about this little Grango, and then we'll talk about why I don't like the price that I paid for it. To state the obvious, this thing is weapons grade gorgeous. This guitar is a generational talent in being hot. It is unsettling how good this guitar looks, quite frankly. When a Les Paul Custom is in white, has the full-size diamond inlay, and the open book headstock, this alone sets such an unrealistic standard of beauty for literally every other guitar out there. And I catch myself all the time just staring at this thing, subjecting it to my disgusting male gaze. Eventually I start drooling and barking. It's bad. It also plays and sounds great. Sweetwater set this thing up real nice. It does the clean, it does the crunch, it does the heavy, and I tell you what, it looks damn good doing all of it. This thing is also shockingly light for a Les Paul. Is this making you guys uncomfortable at all? Are you guys feeling uncomfortable? Are you getting nervous? Huh? Are you getting a little afraid? Huh? I think this pretty lady might very well have taken just a tad bit too much Ozempic, but that's okay, we won't hold it over her. You know, in retrospect, I really don't think I gelled with this guitar right away. But as the relentless march of time goes on, minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day, seemingly becoming faster and faster with no signs of slowing down towards the horrific unknowns of infinity. This guitar only seems to feel better and better. Every time I grab this thing, I swear it feels more resonant and more broken in. And I've had a lot of fun playing this thing, making music and videos with it over this past year. after hearing all of that, I know you guys are just staring at your screens saying, okay, so what's the fucking problem? And there's a number of issues that leave me sour on the price tag of this guitar. Now, at first I didn't really know why the price I paid for this guitar didn't really feel right to me. Even after greatly enjoying the looks and playability of this guitar, it just didn't feel right that I paid $1,300 for it. But then I realized this guitar feels and is spec'd very similarly to a guitar that I've owned in the past. And that guitar was my Epiphone 1959 Lazarus. I also bought that guitar the day they came out, but the retail price for that guitar was only $900. Now chill out, don't give yourselves a hernia. Trust me, I would not recommend that. I am very well aware that there are differences between a Les Paul Standard and a Les Paul Custom. But besides those obvious differences and the fact that this one has the open book headstock and the Lazarus has the Kalamazoo headstock, this guitar and the Lazarus have pretty much the same level of aftermarket parts. They both have one-piece necks, Gibson pickups, CTS pots, Switchcraft switches and jacks. They both come with hard cases. They're basically two different flavors of the same tier of guitar. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the Lazarus was $900 and this was $1,300. Are you gonna sit here and tell me that the headstock shape and mother of pearl inlays add $400 to the price tag of this thing? I didn't think so. You see, the only real difference was the year that I bought these guitars. And don't worry guys, I know that's because of inflation. That's why everything is so much more expensive. I mean, it's not like inflation has been proven to just be a scapegoat for unchecked price gouging from every mega corporation in every industry imaginable or anything like that. I mean, everyone knows record-shattering profits year after year is definitely a thing that happens during inflation. So I'm not going to accuse anyone of anything, but I do think it is quite interesting how Gibson and Epiphone were the first to raise their prices quite considerably compared to literally every other guitar brand. Now, some people actually think the open book headstock is where that price bump comes from. However, Epiphone started going over the $1,000 mark before the open book headstock even came into play, which is something that not a lot of people talk about. So I don't like that I paid $1,300 for this guitar because while it is nice, it's not $400 better than the $900 Epiphone I bought just a few years before. Maybe if this guitar came with the custom buckers like the rest of the IBGC series, I'd be singing a different tune. But it doesn't. So I'm not. And all you economists can lick as many boots as your heart desires down there in the comments. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna convince me to just be okay with paying more for the same quality of guitar. Another thing is while Epiphone raised the prices on this line, they definitely did not raise the quality control up there with it. Now I have bitched about this plenty of times, so I'm not gonna go crazy. I mean, look, if Gibson couldn't give less of a shit about improving their own quality control, then Epiphone certainly isn't gonna care about improving theirs either. But it is still a prevalent issue, and I really don't like how $1,300 Epiphones have the same level of quality control as all the other cheaper Epiphones. Now there's also some little things, like the size of the neck is edging on being just a little bit too big for my taste. And of course the kidney button tuners are fucking horrendous, nor do they work that well. But the worst thing about this guitar is that it's made in China. Like, I can't believe I paid $1,300 for Chinese garbage. I should just throw the whole thing away. And I should just throw myself away while I'm at it too, because I bought this thing. Why would I buy just a pile of Chinese ass? I'm just kidding. Aren't those the weirdest people you know? but China, they use slave labor. He unironically types on his iPhone. Cognitive dissonance is just a beauty to behold sometimes, wouldn't you say? No, the thing that confirmed to me that I paid too much for this guitar was I made a video not too long ago comparing this guitar to the Kalamazoo headstock Epiphone Les Paul Custom, as well as an older Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro. Now feel free to go watch the video and form your own opinions, but in my opinion, I thought this guitar came in last place when it comes to the sound. Obviously this guitar came in first when it comes to the looks and the specs, and it's not like this guitar sounded substantially worse than the other two. All three of them sounded great, and it was really, really close. But this one was the quietest out of the three. It didn't seem to be quite as articulate as the other two. The lower we went, the muddier it seemed to get, and it just didn't sound like this one had as much sauce as the other two. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't better than the other two, and it certainly didn't sound $500 better than the Kalamazoo headstock version. Actually, most people, myself included, thought that the Kalamazoo headstock version sounded the best. So yes, when you take the Kalamazoo headstock version and you cream pie it full of open book headstock, one-piece neck, mother of pearl inlays, Gibson electronics, and a hard shell case, it does add up to being around $1,300. But do all those upgrades really mean anything if the end result can't throw it back harder than the Kalamazoo headstock version? That, of course, is a subjective philosophical question to figure out between you and your God, because while I personally may not think so, that was the result of my own anecdotal research. Not every guitar is going to hit harder than Chris Brown, no matter how much money you pay. So you may spend $799 and get a fantastic Les Paul Custom. You may pay $1,300 and get a pretty good Les Paul Custom that isn't really substantially better than the $800 version. You could also get an $800 version that plays like absolute ass. You could get a $1,300 version that busts it down animal style. You could order both and they could both come with a broken headstock. It is random. Thanks to that good old Gibson and Epiphone quality control, ordering a Les Paul from them is like a box of chocolates. Sometimes it just might fucking suck. And just because I think I paid too much money for mine does not mean that you have to think the same way. If you are okay with paying $1,300 for the same quality of guitar we used to only have to pay $900 for, then all the power to you. I can't stop you from thinking that. I can only recommend that maybe you look up what Stockholm Syndrome is. In fact, that mindset's probably gonna come in handy here in the future, because by golly, shit is certainly not gonna get any cheaper anytime soon. But I'm not gonna start talking about tariffs. Plenty of people have already made 40 videos about it, so I think we're gonna wrap up the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. As always, make sure you guys go down there in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions. I love to hear what you guys have to say. Share the video around, fuck that like button. And if you regularly watch this channel and you haven't already subscribed, then I'm gonna cancel your Hymns subscription. That's right, I'm talking to you, Thomas. Real quick, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Cosmic Steez, A Horse Running, Jet, Solar Flare, Suno Verma, Rob Heath, Bad Joke Gaming, Brandon's Ballastone Corner, Bandage Knives, Jan Chocolate, Leagues Beneath, Frizz Flips, and Scott Toman. These saucy sardines are my current channel members, and their support really does mean a lot. If you want to get a shout out like them, get access to the members only videos, and just help support this channel in a bigger way, you can go down there, click the join button. Tiers start as low as 3 Gugas. There's also the super thanks button down there if you want to just give me money without any reciprocation, but I am done being a tool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!